Getting your tourist visa, your permanent resident, your student visa, and any other visa to come to Canada is one thing, which is not so easy. But after getting the visa or the permanent resident, whatever you're going to use to come to Canada, there is also another thing of the things that you must do the first time you come to Canada. As soon as you arrive in Canada, there are things that you must do. Some of them you should do them at the airport or even the first week when you come to Canada. Now, in this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 things in details, the things that you should do when you come to Canada. My name is shammahbenefits. I want to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, please like this video after watching it. Comment down below and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this one. On my camera today is Caroline. Before coming to Canada, I was just like you that hasn't come to Canada yet. Like when you're outside of the country, you're always thinking about very many things. But because you're not here, you don't know really where to start from the SIM card that you're going to use, to the accommodation, to transportation, to everything. It's really complicated if you're a newcomer here in Canada. But there are things that you should do first, and there are things that you can do later. Even sometimes it can even take you 6 months while you're settling in Canada, and you can get those things later. But there are things that you should do as soon as you arrive here in Canada, and that's what I want us to talk about today. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is the SIM card. Like now, as you know, communication is so important, and if you go to a new country, you really want to communicate to both the people that you've left back home and maybe those people that you're going to meet in this new country that you're entering in. And right now we're talking about Canada. You have to use your phone, you have to use your internet everywhere that you're going to go, so you need a SIM card. Now when you come to Canada, you can buy your SIM card at the airport. That was a challenge for me when I had just arrived with my partner. We didn't know what to do, and we got like different information from people. Some people were telling us you can't buy SIM cards at the airport. Now it's going to be complicated for you, maybe you won't get a good SIM card and everyone was telling us a different thing. But I can tell you, you can buy a SIM card even with your tourist visa. You just need a passport and your tourist visa and you get a SIM card. Now, like the SIM card that I bought was Kudo. Yes, there is a provider called Kudo. We bought 2 SIM cards that we prepaid. Now those SIM cards will work like for 1 month, and then you will have to like to buy to go and upgrade or whatever it is. It was, I think, around $35. It came with some internet, like some MBs, and then calling, like it was unlimited calling and unlimited texting in Canada and America. So, but there is Kudo, there is Telus, there is Charter, there is Rogers, there is Bell. Mostly people here prefer Rogers and Telus, but most people prefer Rogers. But I use Kudo, and my partner uses Rogers. So but whatever you're going to use, if you come as a permanent resident, or if you have your work permit or your study permit, you will be able to get, like, you don't need a prepaid, you can get a SIM card that you're going to be paying per month. Like, yeah, but before you settle in, you can get a SIM card with your tourist visa or with your passport, and you can be paying it every single month. Like, you can go back and upgrade. You can't pay it with your card at home. Now the second thing that I'm going to talk about is transportation. Now, coming to a new country, and like countries like Canada, transportation is key, because if you don't use public transport, it means you're going to spend a lot of money on transport, mostly with ride shares like Uber, Lyft, and other taxi companies. But now when you come here, the easiest thing that you can do, or you should do, is getting a bus pass. you know, a bus pass can help you, like it can help you save a lot on transportation, even if you're just going to tour Canada, like you're just going to visit and leave the country and go. You're going to settle in, you're going to study, and you're going to do anything. Public transportation is key. Now, depending on where you are, like there is every province or every city, actually every city has its own public transportation. They have their own organization. Now that public transportation, for the buses and the trains, you can get a bus pass. It depends on where you live in the city or in the provinces that you're living in, but they can go anywhere from like $80 to maybe $150 per month. But even if you're paying that money, you're really saving a lot of money in transportation. And there are also subsidized bus passes depending on your income, like for students and other people, there are subsidized bus passes. And now there's also another thing that people don't talk about, like before you come to Canada. Like when you enter this country, there are things that you're going to want to know. You're going to want to make a lot of research. You're going to want to find some information. But again, there's no way you're going to get that information if you don't know where you're going to get it. Now, if you're a newcomer in Canada, I would really advise you to use the public libraries. You know, those public libraries always give you library cards, and those library cards are free. Now, to get that library card in a public library, for me, I just had to use my passport and like proof that I reside in that city where the public library was. So I just used I think it was a bank statement. Yes, I used my bank statement and then my passport. With a library card, you can do a lot of things. You can watch free movies, you can use computers, you can print, you can use the internet, you can do a lot of things. Actually, where I live, you can even get free courses, like you can learn catering and a lot of things with the library card. Actually, even English language, if you want to improve your language, you can use it to your library card to improve your English language. Now, the other thing is bank account. Now, if you're going to live in Canada, you're definitely going to need a bank account. But there are different banks, and different banks will give you like different bank accounts or bank types. But most banks have like those promotions for newcomers. There is like TD Bank. Most newcomers, I found out that most newcomers, or many newcomers, use TD Bank. There is BMO, Bank of Montreal or something like that. And then there are several banks here. When you come, you should compare. Like you can compare those different banks. Most banks will give you like no fees bank account if you're a newcomer in Canada. And to open a bank account, you don't need to pay any fees. You just need your ID and proof of residence, or maybe your residence. Some of them will not even ask you proof of residence, just your ID and the residence, like the address that you have here where you're living in Canada. Then you open your bank account. So the ID is your passport, you understand? If you have a work permit, if you gotten your SIN number yet and everything, you will do that and you give them and they will update that. Now the other thing that I'm going to talk about is getting a SIN. Now, if you are in Canada and you are going to work, most students are allowed to work, not all of them. Most of them are allowed to work on or off campus. Those ones that are coming, for you that are coming as workers, like you're coming with your work permits already, and for you that are coming as permanent residents, you know that you're going to need to work. Now, if you get a work permit, you will need a SIN. Okay, now that SIN number, you can get it from many places in Canada, at the immigration offices or Canada service centers in Canada. But the best way that you can get it, like if you don't want to go directly to the center, you can do it online. Just go and type in how to get a SIM in Canada, you get all the directions how to get it. Now for certain places like here in Edmonton, you can just walk in and apply for your SIM as long as you have all the documents. But some places you have to have an appointment, like you make an appointment online and then you print out and you go and you get your SIM. Now that you've watched this video to the end, I know you've liked it, so appreciate it by giving it a thumb up and comment down below what video do you want me to make next. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Shammah Benefits. On camera is Carolyn. See you in the next video.